Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Mensa Guessing. In this lesson, we'll be solving this nice algebra question. Now, thanks to favor from Peter University, Nigeria, for sending me this question. Now, let's see. Given that the function f of x equals the square root of 4 minus x squared and g of x equals x minus 2 divided by x squared minus 2, we have to find f of x minus 3, g of 2, and the domain of the function. So let's do this in a very simple way, right? So we have to find f of x minus 3. This means that wherever we find x in f of x, we have to put in x minus 3. So this will give us the square root of 4 minus x minus 3 squared. Remember to bring the bracket. If you do it like this, it is not correct. You put it in brackets because the x here is squared, the negative is somewhere. So we expand this as x squared. Then we take the power 2 times x times negative 3. That will give us negative 6x. Then we take minus 3 squared. That will give us positive 9. Then we bring our 4 all under the square root. Please, if it is power 3, don't do it like this. Use the Pascal triangle to do that. So this will give us 4 minus x squared plus 6x minus 9 under the square root, which will give me negative x squared plus 6x minus 5 under the square root. Wow, and you are done. You don't need to go further because you've simplified it. But if you want to go into the complex world, you can factorize this negative out to get negative into x squared minus 6x plus 5. Negative times this will give us negative. Negative times negative, positive, negative times positive, negative. So this will give me square root of negative 1 times square root of x squared minus 6x plus 5. Square root of negative 1 is I. So our f of x minus 3 will give us I root x power 2 minus 6x plus 5. Wow, that's simple. You can also factorize what is inside here, but this is not a perfect square, so let's leave it there. So if we leave your answer here, you are right. But if you want to go to the complex word, you can extend your answer here. So just end up here in a very simple way. So let's check the II. We have to find g of 2, but g of x equals x minus 2 divided by x squared minus 2. So g of 2 will be will be 2 minus 2 divided by 2 squared minus 2, and that will be 0 divided by 4 minus 2, and that is equal to 0. Wow, that is that in a very simple way. That is g of 2, and we are done. Nice. Now we have to find the domain of g of x. We have to find the domain of g of x. So we have our g of x to be equal to x minus 2 divided by x squared minus 2. But do you know something? We can simplify this one. Can we simplify this? No, we cannot simplify that because this is not 4. So let's move on. Now the domain is this. You see that since this is a rational function, the denominator should not be equal to 0. So we can state the domain this way. X is such that x belongs to all real numbers except x squared minus 2 is equal to 0. So if this is equal to 0, I'm going to have x squared equals 2. And if x squared is equal to 2, I'm going to have x equals plus or minus root 2. Because if you take square root of this and take square root of this, so except x equals plus or minus root 2. You can state the domain this way. So this is the domain that includes the exception. We can also state the domain, the main domain without the exception. So let us state the main domain. If we want to state the main domain, then we have x squared minus 2, right? Should not be equal to 0. Should not be equal to 0. So you write this. X is such that x belongs to all real numbers. Then x squared minus 2 should not be equal to 0. Wow. We can also state the domain this way. You can also state the domain this way. X belongs to all real numbers, but x squared minus 2 should not be equal to 0. If x squared minus 2 is equal to 0, then this function will become undefined. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments.